I don't know why it's sort of stuck around as being a pretty common one. So we're looking for Verizon as our first one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go look for Verizon, and they got all this stuff here. And do you need to actually calculate it or just find the value? Like earnings per common
Um,
share, price to earnings ratio.
like, are you
As you can
asking
see,
like if he doesn't need to see the calculation, he just needs like the complete number, like the number
he
for like
just needs to,
2022.
right. Okay. So you can see here, like the current PE ratio is 6.34, but that's
Hmm.
not very useful. We need to go back into historical data
Okay.
to generally find this. And you're really looking for a summary by year, which I don't know if this will have, but that's kind of where we would start. You just got to be careful about just grabbing a number like this one because we don't actually know how it's calculated. Um, but you said where are you getting the 10K reports from?
Like the sometime like either their website generally will show their SEC filings or just sec.com, like the or what sec.gov.
Is that where they actually want you to get them, or is that like
He said like it doesn't. I guess more he'd probably prefer us to go to like sec.gov. But when I pulled
okay?
them up from like the T-Mobile one, it was the same.
What do you mean the same? So what
Like
do you mean
this
by
from
that?
their website and from the SEC website, it was like the exact same like
Oh yeah,
PDF.
yeah, 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 yeah. They can't like file one with the SEC and publish another.
Yeah.
That'll get you some jail time. They take this stuff pretty seriously, and they should, right? Like, I mean, there's a lot of money at stake here.
Yeah, and
Um,
then this was like I actually which one for Verizon. I did have that one pulled up. And I was like I think the first thing is at like page 54. It's kind of like their first like their first like it's like the statement of income. I'm not sure if they have any charts above that, but I don't think they do.
okay, let's see here. Um, yeah, so this is great. This is where you need. So that's why I was asking if you had to actually calculate it,
Mhm.
you would you would need to like know the formulas. That's why what I wasn't sure of is do you want the formulas? Do you just want the number? Um,
Um, on it's just like I would I don't think I need to do like a bunch of this in the future. Hopefully, it's just like it's like the giant like semesters group project, and so this is like my portion of the ratios. So like I just need the numbers really,
okay.
but like I mean the calculations would help, but the numbers is just the main thing. I'm just
Well, yeah, they're all here. I mean, for like, let's just pick one. Top one under market. So price to earnings ratio. Um,
Mhm.
this is where you just go out to the internet and look for the formula. And I like images because they give you a better things here. So market share price over earnings per share. That's it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, and then like market price of common stock, like like that's just the regular price for it, like the price that it's like trading
Well,
for
over
in the
the
market.
question, see what I don't know is like if over is it you're supposed to do like the average price for the year or the close of year. Um,
Yeah, this is like yeah, that's what I was like struggling with too.
yeah. So to
These
me, it's
like
price over. I think as long as you justify it, you're okay.
okay.
Um, like that's a solid way to do it. Um, so we're looking for some sort of price to earnings here. Of course, there isn't any. Is there a PE ratio? There's not. Okay, so wow. All right. Is there an EPS, earnings per share?
I think so because I found the one like that would be the same as earnings per common share, right? It's the same exact,
Yeah,
they're just adding the extra
yeah,
word in there. I
yeah.
did find it on the other one, on the T-Mobile one. I
Okay.
can't remember where. Like they, because I calculated the number myself and then I went and found it afterwards, like just scrolling through and it was the same. Which just like I was like, okay, at least I did that part right.
This makes you log in. Okay. So there is a way to do this on Yahoo Finance and get the numbers. I just need to get back to where here it is. Okay. So here's what you're looking for. So let's see, is the PE ratio in here? Earnings per share. All right. So um the way I got here is the income statement. And I'll show you that again if you need. It's illustrated annually. So this is going to have the years 20, 22, 21, 20. And then for the price to earnings share, we need the price over the EPS. So the EPS is right here in this row. It's close enough that, if you're, unsure, you just do that. Now we just need the price.
Okay.
So price, let's go to balance sheet. Let's see if it's in there. Let's look at cash flow. You'd think price would just be like a standard thing here on this. So so price we can get from looking at the close date for the end of the year.
Okay.
So let me and then this is where you probably want to go like build up like an Excel file. I'm happy to do that here as well for you. Um,
Like with I do have one going right now with an Excel
okay,
thing. Like it says like
okay,
and it's yeah, someone kind of made it in our group and then I'll just send it back to her.
okay. Do you have a place for EPS by year?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. There's your 2022, 21, 20. Or what are you
Okay.
doing? 21? What years did you say? I'm sorry.
22, 21, and 20.
There you go. So we got it all there. Okay, now we just need the price. So let's go back to summary. Let's look at the price. Um, where would that be? Um, it's just we don't want that. We want like price. What we want, I don't know, we want more like a table. All right, let's just go to max, full screen. Okay, maybe later. And then interval, let's go month. And then like, okay, zoom out. Right, so, I mean, this is not like the cleanest way to do it, but you can go to the price here. You can see that the close price was $39.40 at the end of 2022
Okay. Oh yeah, I see that.
on the left there.
Yeah.
And then we can go back another year. Now, let me see if I can change the interval to a year, see if that's even cleaner. See, this is where I get really bothered because depending on how you look at this, you can see the prices now. The close price is 37.37, and I don't know exactly what you want. I don't know if it's we want a day. Um, so like let's go one day. It's gonna be really nasty to look at because we gotta go back so far, but that's where I'm not sure how much what you guys really like I don't really know exactly how this works in this world. I mean the close price is never even the close price. I mean it's always changing. So
Yeah.
that's where it's like, well, what is even the real thing here? So
Yeah, I think it's like I kind of agree with you if I can at least justify it to him. like one of those, like if he's like, why is it this? I think that would be it. So I just make like a small note, like, okay, this is how I got the number.
So you can see here, like I don't know, I'm like trying to zoom in on this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where, I don't know how much time you want to spend on this. There is a way to download this and look at it in an Excel table, and that's a little faster. Let me see if the share is here. See what the share does. I don't want to do that. Date range. Okay. So this would be slightly better to do. So if we go, let's go, you said you wanted it in 2021 and 22. So let's go 12, 31, 20 to 12, 31, 22. Let's apply that. Let's make the interval 1 year. There should only be 3 of these. Okay. I don't know. Maybe, why didn't it do what we wanted? What happened here? Yeah,
It
it's
might
okay
have,
with
it
all
just
the,
might not, why, it just might not be showing you the 2022 one. Is that what it is?
yeah, I don't know why it's not showing me this interval. I want to apply. Okay, there it is. Um, let's do interval 1 year. Doesn't like interval of that, but 21. Yeah, weird. Okay, well, uh, so I mean, somewhere you need to get these prices. Let's go 39.4 for 2022.
Okay.
That seems reasonable. And then for 2021, 51.96. And I think the issue with this last one is that it just doesn't, it like fell on a weird day. So maybe go 58.75 for 2020.
Okay.
All right. Next one on your list here is dividend payout ratio. Do you have a formula for that?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just about to pull it up.
I'm looking it up here too. So it's
Oh,
the
it did.
dividends per share of the EPS.
Yeah.
Okay. So on Yahoo Finance, if you go down to where the financials are, I mean, they just kind of hide it, but that's where you seem to find the more important stuff here that we're looking for. We're looking for something about dividends, dividend payout, which, where is it on one of these? I don't see dividends anywhere. Let me do a control F. I don't see it there. Let's look at cash flow. Yeah, so this thing isn't, it's not gonna give us everything we want. Does it pay dividends? I guess it does. What was the other formula for it? Let's see. It was also total dividends over net income, which we could probably figure out. Uh, so let's go back to the summary. See anything with dividends? The dividend date is right there. Dividend and yield. So where do we find that? And you didn't find anything in here for the dividend?
No, like I was struggling for yeah, like I mostly stayed actually on like the T-Mobile one just because I was like that's what I started with and I was like struggling with it. And yeah, I couldn't find yeah, I couldn't find it.
It says the quarterly increased by 2%. So here I'm seeing in 2022, it was 0.64 per share. But that's an increase. I guess we'll keep going. 10.8 billion in dividends.
Oh, okay.
So there's a number for 2022. And then you need the net income. So the net income is probably
That yeah,
here.
that one is easy to find. Like the net income is easy to find. I'll be able to find that one.
So net income, and I don't understand how this works because it doesn't seem like high enough for if 10.8 billion was paid in.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me. In prior periods, students were assuming use of capital return paid 10.8 billion in dividends. I mean, like the net income. Okay, so yeah, so I guess that's okay. So the net income, I mean, these are businesses. So net income is 21 point or 21,034,000. Sorry, we got the net income for each of the years here if you want them
Okay.
for Verizon. Looks like there are these numbers here. And then we can probably find the dividend payout by year.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because the 10.8 billion would be the first one, and then you divide it for that by the 21.256.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I have those down.
Okay, and then we have this for 10.8 billion, 2021. Probably drawing from billion payments. I mean, I don't know why they would have 2021 information here, but 2021 is 10.4 billion for dividend payments.
Okay.
See if we get lucky and get one for 2020. Doesn't look like it. So let's go to oh my gosh. Let's go to 20. So the 10K filing, do you think that was done in 20?
For 2020, it'd be done in like 2021. But we can just go, we can continue on. Because I like now I know how to calculate it and kind of
Okay,
where you
yeah,
found it.
got it. Yep. All right. Dividend yield. Dividend yield formula.
Yeah, actually I wonder how we because this it has like the same mine has the same numerator as the dividend payout, like dividends per share. So I wonder if there's another way to get it.
Annual dividend over the current stock price. Most recent full year dividend. So they pay out dividends quarterly, it looks like, is what I was seeing.
Okay.
So we would want to go back and find where it said how much they actually paid. Okay, so here, like I'm seeing in 2022, 0.64 per share quarterly. So times 4, 0.64 times 4 is the total dividend or the annual dividend. The annual dividend is how much they're paying per quarter times 4 for the year.
And what was that over? So it was
Over it's
0.64 times
over
4.
the stock price at the end of the year, which we
Okay.
and then you multiply by 100. So we already had those stock prices from earlier. Now we just need
No, the like
no, I'm sorry, I messed this up. I'm sorry. Sorry, it's 0.6525 for 2022 times 4.
Oh, okay.
And then for the previous year, it's 0.64 times 4 for 2021.
Okay.
And then you're dividing it by the current stock price in both years. And then you're gonna have to find the one for the previous year, which I'm happy to do.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good. I know I'm gonna have to
Book
calculate some of this.
value per share. Boy, that sure feels like that's something here would be here. But book value per share. Okay, so it's the shareholders' equity minus preferred equity over the average number of common shares. So the common shares is probably the easiest thing to find. Um, here's the basic average shares
Okay.
by year. That's probably the easiest thing to find. That's gonna be the denominator of that. Let me know if you need me to go back to that formula.
Uh, no, I'm taking a picture of those three numbers. There is one that can we find the can you go back up to EPS? The just I don't have that for 2020. It's just like the earnings per share. It was like the first
Yeah,
number we went over.
4.3.
4.3. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.
So you got those three basic average shares. Now we need the shareholders' equity minus preferred equity, which I have no idea what that is. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't know. I don't know. It's actually gonna just show up here. Um, all right. Common stock equity is the shareholders' equity. That's you and me, people that aren't aren't in the company. The common stock equity. So these three numbers here.
Okay.
Sorry, the 2022. Those three numbers are the shareholders' equity.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, the first part of like the numerator. Okay.
Minus preferred equity. Find preferred equity. All right. Maybe that's in here.
That's this. Oh, that's the preferred. Is that the preferred one?
No, well, maybe I got this wrong. Why do they make this so confusing? That's the total equity. So the shareholders' equity is like common stock. Preferred equity is the preferred stock um, that they pay. There it is. This one doesn't have any preferred stock.
Oh, okay.
So it is just that number. It is just this number.
It's just the common stock number. Okay.
Yeah, the preferred stock would be like ownership or like stuff they can't sell, or they give you when you go work for a company.
And they don't have any of that.
They don't have any according to them,
Okay.
which may be reasonable because they're a publicly traded company now. They got rid of it all. I don't know.
Okay. And then that just goes over the common stock.
Yes. So that goes over the uh average number of common shares, which we just found.
Okay.
Is it clear or not? Because
No, it's not. Like, sorry, that part's not. Shareholders
okay,
equity. Okay.
so the top number are these three.
Okay.
The bottom number comes from the number of shares, which is we just had it. Um, there you go. Basic average shares over these three numbers. That's the number of that's the bottom number.
Okay. That makes sense. That does make sense now. Okay.
They make you do these projects in finance, and these are completely useless for like yourself. I mean, I don't even know if real companies use them, but yourself as an investor, you'll never really get
No,
this
I
down. I mean,
actually
it's
I have a friend that works at Merrill Lynch and does investing and stuff like that. Like he's pretty, I don't know, he's been pretty good at his job so far, and he couldn't figure this stuff out yesterday.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
when I
very
buy a
great.
mutual fund, the I look at what it's done over the last like 40, 50 years. If it's like if it's a long-term thing. Like I
Yeah.
don't look at any of this stuff. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know how this would, be. I don't know
Yeah.
how it'd be
It'd
helpful.
be like if you had like if you were a hedge fund, which is, outside mutual funds and stocks, I mean, you would care more about this kind of stuff, which
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, it's
so I don't, neither of us are there right now.
no.
Um, market value per share.
So
So
yeah, I
hopefully
have
you're seeing that the recipe here is you go and you look up the formula.
yeah, and then
Um,
doing it in these, I haven't done it in the images. This is a lot better than like the
yeah,
regular
images are
market
what,
table
yeah. I mean,
for
we're
this.
really, yeah. So, looks really similar to what we just
The
did.
Oh, because that one's saying, I see how they all say book value. I was getting this too, and I actually looked this up. A lot of them are still saying like book value per share before or per book value ratio. I have it over total market value of a business over number of shares outstanding.
Okay. So if we use that, outstanding shares is what we're looking for.
Yeah, I guess so. Number of shares outstanding.
Okay. Outstanding shares, current market price per share, total shares outstanding. Okay. There's not that many, which is kind of what I was seeing here, which I don't know if we think is accurate or not, but
Okay.
what I was looking at was the difference between the diluted and the basic, which is about 2000. This
Okay.
10K report suggests, though, that there are 4,000 outstanding shares. This is in
Okay.
millions, though, but that's a lot. I don't know that. So, um, okay, so let's just say, it's 2000. This is 2000. That's 2000. Like there's 2000 outstanding shares per year, 2000 million, according to that. Because this is a huge company. And then you're saying to multiply that by the current price per share.
No, like that
What
is
did you say again? Total,
mine
what
is
was
like
your,
that over or mine's total market value of a business over those outstanding shares.
so how do we figure out the total market value of the business? It says current share per price times the outstanding shares.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that would, I mean, if
We
that's the
can't
one
say,
that'll get it, current market price per share. And don't we already have that? Or I guess it wouldn't be
yes,
current.
yes. Yeah, we have
Or
the
like it
we
was
have
the
the
one
end
that
of
we found earlier, right? Market price of common stock.
we have the closing price at the end of the year, and then I guess the 2000 million, which would be pretty reasonable because that's a pretty huge value. So that's the market
Market value
value.
times
But
total.
then you're dividing, what are you saying to divide by? I would think it's the total number of shares or something.
It was like, well, now because these are two different. It's just a different. That seems like a different way to get it. Like, oh, that's market value, not market value per share. I see what you're saying now.
right?
Not
Uh,
um.
so the
Oh,
market value, well, you can, but that's what we're saying that we would get the total market value of the company this way, and then divide it by the uh, number of shares, total number of shares.
yeah, and then I divide it by the number of shares outstanding. So it's kind of like,
Well, but those would cancel out.
yeah,
That's what I'm having a problem
trouble.
with.
Oh,
So
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't.
so what I'm suggesting is taking this 2,000 million
Uh-huh.
times the price and then divide it by this, you know, 4,202,000. I don't have a good feeling on this one, though. Keep looking here. And I don't think there's any like total book value. I always thought book value was like you just sold everything in the company. What would it be worth? Which I guess are the outstanding shares. Shares issued, yeah, about 2,000. Um, um, maybe maybe ask your instructor
Yeah,
what
I
the
was actually
difference is
thinking
between
like,
these.
yeah, because if I, especially if I have the rest of them done or have like, if I go to him with like a good amount of it done, he can, um, yeah, just less reason to get mad at me.
Okay.
But I think
We
that
can go to
works.
we can go to T-Mobile now, get some of that if you want.
Um, no, honestly, I was just looking for that for the calculation, like just kind of figuring
Okay.
out how to do it. And I think you showed me. As long as
Okay.
the Yahoo Finance thing, I'm guessing they look. I've never used it before. I'm guessing it looks similar, right?
It's a really good one to use. I would
And they look
recommend
similar between the companies, though. Like they keep it pretty uniform.
it's very uniform.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah. Then
although
yeah. Actually, I think we're good. I know we're like a little early on time, but that's okay.
okay. Yeah,
Um,
that's great. The little bit, just I'll remind you one more time here because it's a little bit weird to find is that sometimes to find the financials, it's there with the graph, or it's up here under financials.
okay, yeah. And then you were just
And we
like, yeah, you went over to the
we're look
annual portion, and then we
we
got
look at
those
the
three.
three income statements pricing you get from looking at this over here. Um, it's
Oh, is
essentially
that when you went?
historic.
Okay, that's when you went to like full screen. Okay,
Yeah, it's
that
actually
makes
historical data, and this is what I was looking for now. Of course, find it now at the end, but you can go by you can the historical data gives you the pricing, and then you can kind of feed the dates you want for it.
okay.
So, anything else you'd like to cover for today?
I don't think so. I think that was it. Just trying to figure out the stuff for the group project, not make everyone mad at me.
That is the goal. Make sure you
Yeah.
don't get bumped out of the group.